I'm Alan Wendt at Dealer Week for MRAA in Tampa. Nancy Cueroni is with us. You have probably seen this lovely lady for 25, 30 years walking around a boat show as opposed to maybe having a booth at a dealer event like this. Education is important. Your role is with manufacturers, with distributors, and that's just a little bit different than perhaps some of the dealers are accustomed to seeing when they go to a trade show. Somebody having a singular product, you have many products that are represented. What makes your association so successful?
So we are the Distributor Association, who happen to have manufacturers and manufacturers reps as our members, but our primary focus and the reason we're participating in Dealer Week is we feel the more educated the dealers are, the better they're going to be able to run their businesses. And the better a business is run, the more successful it's going to be. The more successful it is, the more products they're going to buy from my distributors and my manufacturing members. So we're big fans of helping the dealers learn.
And dealers understand that it's not just the boat they're selling, it's usually after the sale they can build this relationship by having something else the boater wants.
Exactly, and we often stress, and a lot of the distributors have new boat packages, that when someone buys a new boat, you remind them as a dealer, don't forget the safety lines, don't forget the life jackets, think about electronics and that kind of stuff. So our distributors our distributor salespeople in particular, try and help the dealers put things like that together that makes it easier for the dealer to do an add-on. It's a value add.
And in this year, when sales are predicted to be less than what they were during the COVID heyday, if you will, that profit center is going to be important to a lot of dealers.
I think especially now it will be. There are going to be people who are going to perhaps have to walk away from boating due to finances and things like that, but there are others that, if you can convince them, hey, you know what, new seats would, make your boat look brand new, or, let's do coordinated dock lines with your fenders or something like that. It's a small thing, but it makes them feel like they're still, a part of it.
Now, I was just on the show floor a few minutes ago, and I ran into a gentleman that has a new thermal camera that would be mountable for people to have night vision, which is different from like a FLIR that's been out there for a long time, but a FLIR has a certain price point, and this was able to lower it. That the type of customer that you're looking for to be able to help that person reach the marketplace? Because we see a lot of people that come in with a single invention, but really don't understand the distribution channel.
Right, and that's one of probably the most often, or the call I get most often is from someone, and traditionally they've been in the automotive industry, and they look at boating as the fun place to be, and they have one product that they know is the best product and that they need to be in the marine space. And I say to them, the first thing you need to do is look at the market. It's an incredibly small market compared to what automotive is. And I always kid that we're the flea on the elephant's back, that we're important, but it's hard to find us sometimes. We work with new companies by suggesting in a lot of cases how they can get to market. It's very difficult for a single line to get into some of the larger distributors because it's a product that might already exist, or there might not be shelf space, and I use that in quotes. But so oftentimes what we'll do to them is we'll suggest, how do you plan to go to market? And if they're already going dealer direct, the chances of them then getting into a distribution channel is not going to happen because in their mind it's too expensive. But what we try and say to them is, say you're selling sacrificial zincs. If you're the company selling sacrificial zincs and this dealer wants 6 and this dealer wants 20, if you have a distributor who's going to buy a couple thousand and do all that invoicing, packing, and shipping and collections for you, what's a better way to go? So sometimes single item new companies don't understand that the value of distribution, and there's a cost to anything.
Sure.
So.
Tell us, last question for you about STEP, because that's one of the things that you've championed over the years, and it really does help the members.
Yes, so for our members, STEP stands for Sales, Training, Education, and Purchasing. And way before the internet, we used to do an every other year training event where we would bring everybody in and they would do hands-on training, and now it's done a lot differently. But we've kept it because everyone knows what STEP is. It's held traditionally in July, and it is a purchasing event for our distributors and our manufacturers. And we do pre-arranged private closed-door meetings where I think I mentioned one time when you and I were talking that there was 742 purchasing meetings between Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. and Thursday at 6 p.m. It's a very efficient way, especially, again, going back to your small one-line companies, for them not to have to go visit 25 or 26 different distributors. They can see them in one place in 2 days. So the cost it's much more effective. And even our larger companies come because it's worth it for them to maybe feel out some of the smaller distributors.
And another benefit of this digital age that we live in is that the paper catalog, which used to be
Yes.
a mandate,
Oh my gosh.
now we can do digital catalogs.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, Nancy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
NMDA are the initials that you want to remember. You can find her, of course, on the trade show floor or just about any boating event you're going to run into Nancy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, pleasure.
Make sure to check out our YouTube channel for the full Dealer Week experience.